Controversial DEI programs are not just in colleges. It's November 28th, 2023, and these are your headlines. As you can see right now, if you're watching the video, I'm outside of the Leander ISD administration building, whereas a new state law banning diversity, equity, and inclusion practices in Texas universities is set to take effect in January. This school district has created the Chief of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion position. Leander Independent School District, located northwest of Austin, hired DeWayne Street as its DEI Chief in December 2021 and listed the position as one of the district's 10 chief officers in its 2022 annual comprehensive financial report. This position is not listed in the district's 2021 annual report. Now, Leander ISD officials told Texas Scorecard that the Leander ISD Board of Trustees approved the establishment of the Office of DEI back in August of 2021 with a, quote, commitment to providing equitable educational access and opportunity for every student every day. K-12 schools are not the only entities creating DEI offices. Over the past few years, universities and other public institutions have created DEI departments and councils to promote divisive racial policies. Although seemingly innocuous, DEI initiatives are commonly associated with the controversial critical race theory. Activists in these departments often push for equal outcomes instead of equal opportunities. That's why the legislature acted this year on a new law that bans Texas's public universities from establishing DEI offices, using DEI criteria in their hiring practices, or requiring employees or prospective employees to attend DEI training. Now, notably, those restrictions do not apply to academic instruction, student organizations, student admissions, guest speakers, or scholarly research. Leander ISD told Texas Scorecard that it does not use DEI criteria in its hiring practices, nor does it require employees or prospective employees to attend DEI training. However, its DEI framework does offer employees at the district monthly DEI professional learning opportunities for all staff. Two school districts in North Texas have ditched the state's controversial school board association and switched to a new competitor, ending the old organization's decades-long monopoly in the Lone Star State. That would be the Texas Association of School Boards. We've reported a lot about them here at Texas Scorecard. Essentially, local taxpayer dollars are being used to fund TASB, is what it's commonly called, TASB membership fees, and services that include training, legal advice, and insurance. The organization also engages in taxpayer-funded lobbying on behalf of school district interests, which, get this, often conflict with the interests of students, parents, and the taxpayers picking up the tab. In addition, TASB has used its legal guidance to promote leftist ideologies pushed by the Obama and Biden administrations. Now, Carroll and Princeton ISDs voted this month to partner with Texans for Excellence in Education, becoming the new association's first member districts. TEE was a nonprofit launched earlier this year to meet parents and school districts' demand for an alternative to the old and increasingly politicized Texas Association of School Boards. Carroll ISD trustees voted back in March to exit TASB by the end of the year, which was also the first district, by the way, to do so, and previewed the new organization, TEE's services, at a board meeting back in June. And while TASB has claimed all 1,025 Texas school boards as members, well, that's now starting to change. We've got these two districts. We're going to see if there's any more. TE says they are working to expand into other districts across the state, and that they believe as more school boards join, the value proposition they offer will become even more desirable.
I want more Texans to know what happens behind closed doors in Austin. I'm Luke Macias. I've spent 16 years helping elect conservatives to public office, fighting for conservative policy wins, and building coalitions to stop the leftward cultural shift being forced on our state. I've not only seen how the process works at the ballot box, but in the halls of the Texas Capitol. If you're a conservative Texan, you need to follow our conversations and commentary. We bring you the stories that reveal what is actually going on in Texas politics. We don't pull any punches, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and join the conversation today.
Lastly, another one is gone. After voting with Democrats to kill his school choice proposal in the Texas House, well, State Representative Kyle Cassell, he's had enough. He's announced he will not be seeking re-election. A Republican from Bryan, Kyle Cassell represents House District 12. That includes Grimes, Madison, Robertson, Walker, and Washington counties, as well as a portion of Brazos County. He was first elected to the Texas House back in 2012, but since entering the legislature, he's worked against conservative reforms, sided with Democrats to grow government. For example, Cassell voted to allow Democrats to chair key committees, letting liberal Democrats be in charge of legislation regarding education, business and industry, transportation, you name it. Despite the failure of unreliable energy sources like wind and solar, leaving millions of Texans without electricity back in 2021, Kyle Cassell voted against every opportunity to reform the program that provides taxpayer subsidies for the unreliable energy sources. During the 87th regular legislative session in 2021, Cassell was among 6 other Republican lawmakers who joined with Democrats to author legislation seeking to expand Medicaid in Texas under the terms of the Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. Cassell was also one of a handful of Republicans who voted with Democrats to reject a proposal to ban mask mandates by state and local governments. That was back in 2021 as well. When Democrats infamously fled for Washington, D.C., breaking quorum, well, Kyle Cassell immediately, and I mean immediately, it was like maybe not even a couple days, immediately called for compromise and surrender to the Democrats, said that they should give them a win. Now, he had announced he would seek re-election back in September, but he reversed the decision on Monday, saying that these have proven the most conservative and productive legislative sessions in Texas history. He said they didn't come about by accident, and they certainly weren't the result of pandering, grandstanding, or stoking divisions within the Republican Party. Instead, they've been the direct result of serious conservatives coming together to govern like responsible adults, which is increasingly rare in politics today. So, on his way out, not only does he side with Democrats to kill a top priority of the Republican Party of Texas and Governor Greg Abbott, but he also takes jabs at the party as well, as if he wasn't on the front lines of killing conservative legislation himself. And you might remember, he's not the only anti-school choice Republican to announce their retirement. As State Representative Andrew Murr announced he would not be seeking re-election last week. Governor Greg Abbott quickly endorsed Huntsville ISD trustee Trey Wharton to replace Cassell in the Texas House. For more of today's stories, head to TexasScorecard.com.